Okay, so I've been attending Heartland Evangelical Free Church for as long as I've been alive. I did Awana for a couple years, and afterwards I helped out with Awana before I joined the youth group. Youth group for me, two of the main things that I found were pretty cool about this youth group is that it's very based on the Bible and solid on the core values and beliefs that we all share. And yes, there are games which are very fun, but it all comes back to God's word and what really matters, and the gospel, and the community is amazing with other people in our group.
When COVID first hit, I was called in to help with the recording of all of the services, so that was pretty interesting, but it turned out to be a great blessing, and I was able to learn a lot and got to set up the entire system for the live streams. So I learned a lot in that process, and then, as a lot of you know, I ended up moving away to Sioux Falls. So then that was another big change. Went from COVID hitting and then I was pretty much busy all day, every day, and then I moved 4 hours away, and then really didn't have anything going on there besides school. So then it was pretty boring up until I got a job. So a lot of big changes, but it was all really good because once I moved to Sioux Falls, I was able to focus more on myself and my relationship with God instead of always moving, and I was able to learn a lot of lessons while I was in Sioux Falls. So
one of the main things I liked about youth group is the small groups that we'd have. We'd get together with our own grade, and we would just talk about questions that maybe we've been having on our mind for a long time or we haven't thought about, and discussing them with people your age who have the same questions. That has really helped me grow in my faith and my knowledge of God's word. Going to this church and being involved in the student ministries is pretty awesome. How I got to know them better, and it has helped me realize that you have to stay steady in God's word and with your relationships with those who are Christians, because going out into a field where law enforcement is it's kind of unknown right now what's going to happen in the future in that field. And in youth group and at church, it has really reminded me that I have to stay steady in what I believe in.
It really seems like I've grown so much in the past 2 years, and I'm so thankful for it and for the experience that Heartland was able to give me once COVID hit, and everything that I was able to do here, and the relationships that I was able to grow with. And I'm so thankful for what God has done through Heartland and through my move to Sioux Falls and the churches that we visited there. And the one church that we kind of ended up going to the most was Central, and what they did for us. And overall, it was obviously a huge change for me, and a lot of things that just kept coming my way, but it was a huge blessing, and I definitely feel like I came out a better man and a better disciple for Christ.